Welcome back to my channel, CoinAgeEra, the home of forgotten treasures, timeless currencies, and stories that history left behind. Every coin has a voice, every edge holds a secret, and every design tells us who we once were. Today we travel back to the heart of 1961, a year captured forever in the bronze shimmer of the UK 1 penny. At first glance, it's just a coin, a small circle of metal worn by time. But look closer and you'll see an entire era sleeping within it. The 1961 1 penny was born in the days when Britain stood between two worlds, one built on centuries of empire, and the other reaching toward the promise of modern times. It was a bridge between tradition and transformation, between the world that was and the one that was yet to come. On one side, the radiant face of a young Queen Elizabeth II, confident, calm, and crowned not just with jewels, but with the weight of history. This was only the beginning of her reign, and her image represented hope, dignity, and a nation's unbroken will. Designed by Mary Gillick, this portrait captured the innocence of youth and the strength of leadership. People looked at this coin and saw not just their queen, but the promise of a brighter future after years of hardship and war. Flip it over, and you're met by the timeless symbol of Britannia, seated proudly with her shield and trident gazing into the horizon. She had guarded Britain for centuries, a figure of power, patience, and pride. By 1961, she wasn't just a design. She was a memory of everything Britain had been, its courage in wars, its command of the seas, and its endurance through storms both real and symbolic. Yet behind her calm gaze lay a silent truth. The empire she protected was slowly fading into history. The colonies were gaining independence, the world was shifting, and Britain was learning to redefine its strength not by territory, but by resilience and identity. This coin passed through countless lives, each leaving behind invisible fingerprints of history. It jangled in the pockets of dock workers and postmen, was exchanged by shopkeepers on rainy London mornings, and lay in the palms of schoolchildren saving for sweets and dreams. It heard the laughter of families during tea time, the whistle of trains leaving smoky stations, and the quiet prayers of those who lived through hard days and hopeful nights. Every coin carried not just value, but emotion, humanity, and memory. The 1961 penny belonged to the final generation. Before Britain entered the age of decimalization in 1971, it was one of the last of its kind, the last of an era when pennies held power, when money had weight, and when the world still moved at the pace of patience. As the years passed, this humble bronze piece slipped from circulation, but its story remained, echoing through time like an old song you never forget. To hold it now is to touch history itself, the warmth of thousands of hands, the silence of time that can still be heard if you listen closely. Its edges may have softened, its color may have faded, but its soul remains alive. This coin is not just British currency, it's Britain's memory, preserved in metal. Imagine that a simple penny that once rode the rhythm of an empire now rests quietly in the hands of collectors, historians, and dreamers. It has survived decades, generations, and change, and still it whispers the same message. I was there. It witnessed the laughter of children, skipping along cobbled streets, the hurried footsteps of factory workers on early London mornings, and the quiet moments of families gathering around the hearth in homes, filled with hope, worry, and perseverance. Every scratch, every faded gleam is a silent testimony to the countless lives that touched it, the stories it carried, and the world it quietly observed. So the next time you come across this 1961 1 penny, don't just look at it, feel it. Feel the heartbeat of London in its metal, the spirit of the Queen in its design, and the strength of a nation in its silence. Feel the echoes of history ripple through your fingertips. As if for a moment you are holding more than a coin, you are holding decades of dreams, struggles, victories, and ordinary lives that together shape the Britain we know today. It's a symbol of continuity in a world that changes too quickly, a reminder that even the smallest objects can carry immense significance. From the grand halls of Buckingham Palace to the quiet markets of small villages, this penny was part of countless stories, some known, many forgotten. It is the bridge between generations, connecting the past to the present, and inspiring future storytellers to remember and cherish the ordinary moments that became extraordinary simply because history passed through them. And as we end this journey, remember, every coin has a history, every year a meaning, and every story a soul. This is CoinAgeEra, where the past breathes again, where forgotten coins speak through time, and where we bring history back to life, one coin at a time. Stay connected, stay curious, and keep watching CoinAgeEra, because here, even a single penny holds the weight of an entire nation's legacy, whispering the untold stories of the millions who lived, loved, and built the world we inherit today.